sit, then stay, because we're about to fetch 5 crazy, cool, epic, awesome, funny, weird, wild, unexpected, true facts about famous dogs from history. Number 5, Laika, the dog astronaut. Even though Laika is a certified dog celebrity for being the first animal to orbit the Earth, her origins were pretty humble. She was a stray dog living on the streets of Moscow until 1957, when she was picked up along with 2 other strays for the Soviet Union's space program. After training alongside the other 2 astro dogs, she had the esteemed honor of being selected as the dog that would board Sputnik 2 and fly into space. Man, talk about bragging rights. Laika's mission paved the way for other animals, like, say, humans, to travel in space, since scientists were able to learn a ton about how spaceflight affects living creatures. Being a national hero, a monument was built in 2008 to commemorate Laika's accomplishments near the facility where she trained. Oh, why can't I get my monument? I mean, all I have to do is an incredibly brave act of exploration and, be a dog. Number 4, Peritas, the dog that saved Alexander the Great. Yep, without his faithful dog by his side, Alexander the Great may have been known as Alexander the Not Particularly Memorable. While fighting a battle against Persia, Alexander was completely surrounded by Persian troops. It seemed like it may have been the end of the young conqueror until man's best friend came to his aid. Alexander's favorite dog appeared out of nowhere and bit the lip of a war elephant that was charging him. This gave Alexander a chance to escape capture and continue his campaign, establishing his empire, which became the foundation of Western civilization as we know it. I guess it's true, behind every great man is an even greater dog. Number 3, Rin Tin. This adorable German Shepherd had quite a journey to becoming a famous pooch. He was roaming the trenches of a World War I battlefield when an American soldier named Lee Duncan found him. And since you can't turn your back on a cute face like that, Duncan saved the dog and named him Rin Tin. Duncan and Rinty, as he was affectionately known, returned to the US after the war. Once they were both safe at home, Duncan trained the canine and got him a couple small roles in silent films. Rin Tin's breakout role came in 1929 in a movie called Where the North Begins. Both the film and Rinty were a smash success, which led to 27 more starring roles for the German Shepherd. Not bad at all. I guess it's true what they say. Hollywood's all about who you know. Oh. Number 2, Ginfor, the Saint of Infants. Very few people have ever been given the designation of saint, my mom included, but even fewer dogs have been given the honor, as in just one. Ginfor, though he's not officially considered a true saint by the Catholic Church, his story dates back to the 1200s and has persisted to this day. This story goes that a French knight needed to leave his infant son for the day, and apparently that guy wasn't the patron saint of being a good dad because he decided to leave his baby in the care of his greyhound, Ginfor. When the knight returned home, he found the room completely torn apart. The crib was overturned, the baby was nowhere to be seen, and Ginfor's jaws were covered in blood. Oh no! Assuming the babysitter had eaten the baby, he put the poor dog down, only to find his son moments later, alive and well underneath the crib. He was sitting next to the remains of an attacking viper. The knight was so upset by his mistake that he buried Ginfor in a well and erected a shrine on top of it. Local villagers prayed to the brave dog for decades afterwards, labeling him a not-so-official saint. So while Ginfor's tale is probably closer to folklore than fact lore, the heroic story still has endured for over 800 years. And now that's one good boy. And finally, our number 1 fact about the most famous dogs from history, Hachiko, aka the most loyal dog who ever lived. This Akita Inu canine lived in Japan and was a perfect example of how devoted and loving dogs can be. His owner, Hidesabu Ueno, a professor at Tokyo University, would come home every day on the train, and Hachiko would wait for him at the train station. Pretty cute. The pair did this every day for years until one sad day in May 1925 when Hachiko's owner didn't come home. But Hachiko kept waiting. Each day for 9 full years, he would return to Shibuya train station at the exact time his owner's train would arrive, hoping that one day his owner would return. This is where I'd usually make a joke, but it just makes me want to hug my dog. Come over here, Sir Barks-a-Lot. I love you. And of course, any list of famous dogs from history is incomplete without the world's smartest, greatest, bravest, most time-travelingest canine ever, Mr. Peabody, from the brand new Netflix series, The Mr. Peabody and Sherman Show. Want to see more? Then head on over to Netflix and check out full episodes of The Mr. Peabody and Sherman Show, available to stream right now! I'm your host, and oh look, a tennis ball, gotta go!
And when Henry Ford built his first car, it was 1908 at the time. The first day of our independence was in 1776. In 1815 was the first dental flosser that someone could have their first kiss.